Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I have another one pot recipe for you guys. You guys know I'm a busy mom with 3 boys who love to eat. So with my busy schedule with the boys playing soccer this summer, so I love to do these one pot recipes. So I'm showing you guys what I will be making today, so that way hopefully you guys can use that recipe as well in your busy home. But before I turn the camera around, I want you please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Click that notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload a video. And also tell your friends, your families, all about Lamise's channel so that way no one miss out, okay? So thank you in advance, and now let me turn the camera around so I can show you guys exactly what we are making today. So to make this recipe, you are going to be needing 2 eggplants. I have 3 bay leaves that I'll be using, and I have 3 sticks of cinnamon, so 3 cinnamon sticks. I have salt and pepper to taste. I have 1 lime that I'll be using to clean my beef. I have some cumin powder and some coriander powder, which I'll be using about 2 teaspoons of each, or even a little more. I have some cherry tomatoes that were frozen and 2 big Roma tomatoes, 2 garlic that I already chopped up, and I have a large and a medium sized onion that I already went ahead and chopped up as well. And I will be using some olive oil. This is about almost 2 pounds of beef that I cut up. I will be cleaning it and rinsing it with some hot water. And I have about 3 cups of water, but I might use less than that. This is a beef and eggplant one pot type dish, which I used to love making. So please check the description box where I will list everything I use in this video. Let's get cooking, guys. We are going to start by cutting up our eggplants. Of course, you want to make sure you rinse it before you start the cutting process. Okay. As I mentioned, I used to love making this, especially before we had kids. And now with the kids along, we don't make this as often because one of my child is so picky when it comes to vegetables. Even though once he start eating it, he tends to love them, and he's really picky about which vegetables he eat. For example, just to humor you guys, he will eat raw carrots. I was gonna say onions, raw carrots, but he refused to eat cooked carrots, but I'm not sure why. But when I make these dishes with the vegetables in there, he tends to like them. So these one pot recipes work so great for us. As you can see, I'm cutting the skin of the eggplant, but I like to leave a little bit of the skin as well, just for some color in the dish. If you're a person who like all the skin, you don't have to cut any of the skin out. You can leave all the skin. But I don't really care too much for the skin. I just like to leave a little bit just for a nice color in my soup. Now I'm just going to take them and chop them up. I know growing up in a Haitian household, the only thing my family used to put this in is legumes. So it's kind of nice to find different recipes to use them in without doing legume. I learned this recipe years ago, as I said, from one of my husband's cousins. She made this, and I used to make it all the time, but it's been so long. And I'm tweaking it a little bit. I'm adding some other stuff to it. There's some stuff I left out that she had. But hopefully you guys try it and enjoy it. Again, all I'm doing is cutting these up. I hope you guys are going to have a safe weekend. Be good, be safe. If you're going to drink responsibly. Enjoy the weekend. Definitely off topic, but I like sometimes when I have little conversations with you guys. Makes me feel like I'm filming in front of a live audience. All right, just like that. You can either put this in the fridge or set it to the side. That way it won't turn color on you. And now I'm going to grab my lime. Take half, put the other half to the side. And as a Haitian, you guys know this is a must for me. I'm going to clean the chicken, just rub the lime with it, and then we are going to rinse it under some cold water or even hot water, whichever you prefer, before we start seasoning it. So I'm gonna go ahead and rinse it, and then I'll come back and show you guys how I season it. All right, now it's time for us to season. I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper, and I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of that cumin powder. I love the smell of cumin. I think I mentioned that to you guys every time I use it. And 1 teaspoon of that coriander powder. We are going to use another 1 teaspoon of each when we start making the stew. So make sure you just don't put them too far, because we are gonna come back to them. Now you want to take your hand and marinate that meat. And no, there's no Epis in this dish, guys. No Epis at all, okay? But if you want, I guess you can put some Epis if you wish, but I'm not putting any Epis in this. So marinate that meat. Let it sit for a good 30 minutes before we start making our one pot dish. You want to go ahead and turn your stove to medium high, and you want to add 1/4 cup of olive oil to your pan. And now you want to go ahead and add the onions. We are going to saute these for a good 5 minutes, just so they can get translucent. We don't want any color to them, okay? Again, for 3 to 5 minutes, then we can go ahead and add that garlic to it once they are done. Now you want to go ahead and grab your garlic and put your garlic to that mix. I love the fragrance of garlic when I'm cooking. It smells so good to me. I wish you guys could smell this action in my kitchen. Even though it's just onions and garlic, it still smells so amazing. Again, we don't want any color to the garlic as well. No color to the onions or the garlic. And now I'm going to go ahead and put in my tomatoes. I lost an onion, and I'm going to let that cook for a few minutes, then we can add our beef. Now you want to grab that beef and add it. So normally I would put the beef before I put my tomatoes, but I don't want this to fry, and I know the tomatoes will create a nice gravy while this is cooking. So this is why I like to add my tomatoes when it comes to this dish. I'm going to allow this to cook for a good 5 minutes. Then we can go ahead and put more seasoning in there and put that bay leaf and that cinnamon stick. Okay? At this point, you can cover it. My cover was way on the other side, so I'm going to cover it, let it do its thing for a good 5 to 10 minutes. Do not add any liquid to it yet. Time to check on our meat. Looking good. Now you want to go ahead and add your bay leaves. Trying to grab them here, and add that cinnamon stick. It's going to smell so good once you add that cinnamon stick to it. And again, I'm going to add a little more salt, about half a teaspoon, and half a teaspoon of black pepper. And I'm going to add another full teaspoon of my cumin powder and of my coriander powder. You guys remember last week I used that masala That smells so good. If you have extra of that, you can definitely put some of that in this dish as well, because that smell alone will take it to our next level. Mix everything in. It smells so good. They need to seriously invent smell-o-vision, because all this dish, I'm saying it smells so good, I'm sure you guys don't believe me, but it does. Now I'm going to add about 1.5 cups of water. Yeah, because I want that beef to cook and be nice and tender. Okay, so now I'm going to cover it and let it cook on about a medium heat, so our beef can be nice and tender, because ain't nobody have time to eat some tough meat. Okay, that's not what we're going for. All right, cover it back up and let it do its thing for a good 20 minutes. Now we are about to add our eggplant. Let me give it a stir. And this is where you want to taste to make sure your salt is enough, to make sure your meat is very flavorful. It smells so good. And now you want to go ahead and just put all the pieces of eggplants in there. And go ahead and turn your heat, or keep your heat at a medium high, or medium, not medium high. And we are going to cover it again and let it cook for another 15 to 20 minutes. But this time, make sure you keep an eye on it. You might want to stir it every maybe 7 minutes, just to mix the eggplant with the meat. That way you are sure that nothing is burning, even though you should have enough liquid to for it to not be burning. Okay, all right, the recipe is done. Now all you need to make is make some white rice to go with this. What I like to do, of course, before you dish it, you want to make sure you take out the cinnamon sticks. I only see 2. As I dish it, I'll find the other one. And you want to make sure you take out your bay leaves. Okay, I'm going to try to search for the other ones, but at this point I can't really find them yet, but I will eventually find them. And you can see how my eggplants got nice and soft. If you want them to cook down a little more, just continue cooking it, but you want to make sure you have enough gravy to eat with your rice. So now I like to take a handful of fresh parsley right out of my garden and just put right on top of it for garnish. And this is pretty much it. So I'm waiting for my white rice to cook so I can go ahead and give it a taste with you guys. So don't go anywhere. All right, guys, now it's time to taste. You can see I just cooked some white rice, and it is super hot. I feel like I always say it's super hot because it is super hot. And go ahead and blow, or I'll go ahead and blow on it. I feel like these flavors are always so good. I don't want to bite into the meat yet because it's so hot. But I can tell by the taste of that gravy that the meat is really, really going to be tasteful, full of flavor. So here goes with the meat. Perfect. And I'm going to taste the eggplant, of course. By the time I'm done with this video, all this plate is going to be gone. It's really hot, so you want to make sure you be careful. But it tastes so good. I hope you guys try this recipe. If you like it, let me know in the comment below what you think. And if you tried this recipe before, let me know how you liked it. But please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment, like, and share. And also go follow me on all my social medias. I will leave all the link for them down in the description box. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. Please continue to stay safe. I love you guys for watching. See you on my next video. Bye-bye.